Professional Broadcasting.
Hello, my name is Daddy Chitalu, Production Manager for Hope Channel Zambia. In line with the reach 1 billion people with the gospel by 2030, Hope Channel Zambia is looking for compassionate individuals who can donate in kindness or financially to the number and bank details displayed on the screen. Your contribution will help many be reached with Hope Channel's life-changing content. Together, we can reach out to this 1 billion people targeted to be reached to before or by 2030.
It's now time for the news on Hope Channel Zambia. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. Zambia thanks South Africa for support after President Lungu's death. Government secures 40 million United States dollars solar boost for Eastern Province. Mongo priest raises concerns over proposed constitutional amendments. Sioma trains 85 honorary forest officers to boost forest protection, and over 52 million in crop loans dispersed to smallholder farmers in Southern Province. Details of these stories plus more coming up shortly.
Get ready to receive a faithful companion in a book titled The Vessel of Hope. This biblical book is an associate for inmates that will offer them a message of healing, purpose, and restoration. It sparks a light that shines even in the darkest places. The Vessel of Hope can be purchased and distributed by NGOs, churches, individuals, and organizations interested in social rehabilitation and prisoners' well-being. Order your copy today at 100 kwacha for a single copy and 700 kwacha for a set of 10 copies. Get in touch with our distributor, Denny Chileka, on 0977 473815 or 0966 473815. Remember, your purchase of the Vessel of Hope can be an inmate's turning point.
Thank you so much for joining us on the news desk. I'm Bright Sinkos with the details. Our sign language caster is George Kalimukwa. The details. The Zambian government has extended heartfelt gratitude to South Africa for the support rendered following the death of former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Foreign Affairs Minister Mulambo Haimbe says the government, the bereaved family, and the Zambian people appreciate South Africa's solidarity during the period of national mourning. President Hakainde Hichilema has also conveyed special thanks to President Cyril Ramaphosa for the hospitality and cooperation extended while the late President Lungu was in South Africa. Former President Lungu died on June 5th, 2025 at a hospital in South Africa. His remains will be repatriated to Zambia on June 18th, and burial is scheduled for Monday, 23rd June 2025, following an agreement between government and the Lungu family. Mr. Haimbe commended South Africa's Department of International Relations and Cooperation, DECO, for their close collaboration with the Zambian authorities. He further revealed that Zambia will formally request full military honors to be accorded to the late President Lungu during the repatriation process. Meanwhile, the Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Minister also conveyed condolences from President Hichilema to President Ramaphosa over the recent floods in South Africa that claimed lives and caused extensive damage.
First and foremost, we also have to be cognizant and mention, in particular, the condolences from President Hichilema to his counterpart, President Cyril Ramaphosa, in relation to the floods and the resulting deaths that have taken place here in South Africa in the last few days. So the sincere and deep condolences to the government and the people of South Africa for their demise on account of the floods. And also, yes, indeed, as you have mentioned, the South African government has hosted, from the time we lost the 6th Republican president, the family, the bereaved family, and other mourners, including ourselves as government, that have come here to work on matters relating to a proper and befitting send-off for our 6th Republican president, the late 6th Republican president. So special thanks have been delivered by His Excellency President Hichilema to President Cyril Ramaphosa. I personally did ensure that President Ramaphosa was thanked. We continue to thank the government of South Africa. We'll be requesting officially that the late 6th Republican President of Zambia be given full military honors here as the body departs on Wednesday. And we'll be working very closely, we'll continue to work closely with our counterparts from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And of course, they have been extremely helpful. Minister Lamola and of course Deputy Minister Moloka. We have a long-standing relationship with South Africa. And this is a testament of how our friendship, our brotherhood with the people and government of South Africa is in practical terms, is strong and will continue to be strengthened, even in difficult times such as this. And I think also, as you have heard for yourself, the process that has been undertaken was a little bit challenging, but I'm glad that we as the people of Zambia have been able to overcome.
Now, United Party for National Development, UPND Media Director Mark Simue today signed the Book of Condolences in honor of the late 6th Republican President, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, at Belvedere Lodge in Lusaka. Speaking after signing, Mr. Simue reflected on the importance of setting aside political differences during times of mourning. He reiterated the words of President Hakainde Hichilema, urging Zambians to remain calm and united as the country mourns its former leader. Mr. Simue also extended condolences on behalf of the United Party for National Development to the Patriotic Front and its opposition alliance partners, describing the moment as one of shared national loss.
We are mortal human beings. All of us are headed there. And in times like this, culturally, and as Zambians, differences are put aside, political opinions are put aside. We come together with a just cause and mourn the dead. Trying to reiterate the words of our Republican President, Hakainde Hichilema, it's important for also us to indicate that it is during this period that we need to remain united. And we also want to send officially our message of condolences to the Patriotic Front, to the alliance partners in the opposition, as they mourn the 6th Republican President Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, we want to reiterate President HH's words that we need to remain calm, remain united, and ensure that we mourn our departed leader in peace. I thank you.
Now, in other news, the Ministry of Energy has sealed a $40 million United States solar investment deal to boost energy access in Eastern Province. Under the Presidential Solar Initiative, the project will deliver 50 megawatts of solar power to 209 public institutions, marking a major milestone in Zambia's renewable energy sector. Energy Minister Makozo Chikote says the development reflects government's drive to deliver tangible results in the energy sector. He credited President Hakainde Hichilema's leadership for building investor confidence and reaffirmed the ministry's full support for the success of the project. The investment is a partnership between Acura Logistics and Becker Global Capital Africa. Founder and principal officer Douglas Becker says his firm is proud to play a role in powering Zambia's development. He pledged to deliver high-quality solar energy solutions that will benefit communities and align with the country's growth goals.
Institutions were prioritized as one of the targets to start with in terms of the solar explosion. And here we are. Our cooperating partners, private players have picked on the public institutions such as schools, hospitals, and that is the way to go.
Zambia cannot achieve its economic prosperity. In partnership with Acura, our goal is to provide renewable energy to schools, clinics, and other important parts of Zambia's infrastructure economy to both rural and often far-flung parts of the eastern province. This is no easy task. This can be done through partnerships, and thus we are honored to have Acura as our partner.
Having such partnerships proves that the UPND government has created not only a conducive business environment, but also improved investor confidence.
A Catholic priest from Mongo Diocese has raised concerns over Zambia's Constitutional Amendment Bill number 7, warning that it could threaten democratic values and inclusivity. Father Patrick Fumbelo says the proposed mixed-member proportional representation system may not effectively enhance representation, particularly for women, youth, and persons with disabilities. He also criticized changes to by-elections and candidate disqualification, describing them as confusing and potentially disempowering for voters. Father Fumbelo further opposed the move to reintroduce members of parliament into local councils, saying it undermines Zambia's ongoing push for decentralization. He made the remarks during a stakeholder advocacy meeting on the Constitution Amendment Bill number 7, hosted by Transparency International Zambia TIZ at Country Lodge in Mongo District of Western Province.
There's a serious concern about inclusivity, legitimacy, and democratic integrity. Let me point out a few proposed amendments in the bill. The introduction of the mixed-member proportional representation system and the increase in the number of constituencies have been presented as steps towards enhancing representation.
Just before we take a break, civic leaders in Mwanza district have visited students benefiting from the Constituency Development Fund CDF secondary bursary program to assess its impact on education access. Leading the delegation, District Commissioner Ivo Mpasa emphasized the importance of discipline and patriotism, urging students to become responsible citizens, contributing to national development. Meanwhile, Area Member of Parliament Kabaso Kampampi underscored the role of education in breaking the cycle of poverty and assuring learners of government's continued support through CDF. So far, the Mwanza-Bombwe Town Council has sponsored over 773 pupils under the CDF Secondary School Bursary Scheme. This is according to a statement issued to Hope News by Josephine Kabaso, Acting Public Relations Officer for Mwanza-Bombwe Town Council.
A lot of things through such challenges, and we meet all these situations through challenges that we do. As your mayor for Mwanza-Bombwe, I would encourage you to start hard so that you achieve your goals and whatever you plan to achieve. As old as I am, I went back to school and I'm concluding my degree next month. It's a challenge to you to say, I'm here for parents too.
Is be determined, be focused, know what you want in life, and you can definitely achieve even more than what I've achieved.
Well, let's take a break. We'll have more stories on the other side. To stay with us.
There is nothing quite like the thrill of catching your own fish. And at Papino Investments, we bring that experience to you. Papino Investments, the home of live fish, has everything you need to make your meals unforgettable.
It has a different taste. And that is why I enjoy coming to this place.
From live fish that you can catch for yourself to smoked fish, just chickens and beef, we have a wide range of products that will satisfy your shopping needs. And if you're looking for something else, we have a wide range of groceries to choose from, including Hope Channel decorders. At Papino Investments, payment is easy. You can pay with cash or use our mobile money services. Visit us today at Robert's Fish and Veggies Building, Chilenja Market, Lusaka, or call us at 0955 108708 or 0976 543822 or 0965 691909. Papino Investments, the home of live fish.
It's time for the biggest club football showdown this June on Top Star for just 210 kwacha on Antenna Classic OD Smart. Kick off the FIFA Club World Cup on Sunday, 15th June with European giants Bayern Munich facing Auckland City at 18 hours and Paris Saint-Germain versus Atletico Madrid at 21 hours. Conclude match day 1 on Wednesday, 18th June when Manchester City battles Wydad Casablanca at 18 hours and Real Madrid versus Saudi Arabia's Al Hilal at 21 hours. Later, catch match day 2 action as Messi leads Inter Miami against FC Porto on Thursday, 19th June at 21 hours. And African giants Sundowns versus Dortmund on Saturday, 21st June at 18 hours. Quickly, get your Topstar decoder now and catch every goal from the group stage to the final, all live on World Football. Topstar, enjoy digital life.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. And now for the rest of the news, and we turn our focus to some agricultural stories. 85 honorary forest officers from 12 community forest management groups in Sioma district of Western Province have completed training aimed at strengthening local forest conservation efforts. The training falls under the Climate Change Adaptation in Forest and Agriculture Mosaic Landscape Project, supported by the Forestry Department and WWF with funding from the Global Environment Facility. The initiative is designed to empower communities to protect and manage over 79,000 hectares of forest in the district. The newly trained officers were officially commissioned during a ceremony attended by local authorities and traditional leaders. Ndopu Sendoi now gives us details in this report.
The Climate Change Adaptation in Forest and Agriculture Mosaic Landscape Project, with implementing partners the Worldwide Fund WWF, alongside the Forestry Department, with funding from the Global Environmental Facility GEF, has completed the training of 85 forestry honorary officers from 12 community forestry management groups in Sioma District. The District Commissioner for Sioma, Micah Mutumwa, during the graduation ceremony, stated that the CFMGs are set to protect over 79,000 hectares in Sioma District.
As honorary forest officers, you will play a vital role in promoting sustainable forest management, working with local communities to develop sustainable forest management plans, which have set aside 79,180.36 hectares for protection.
The Provincial Forestry Officer, Mercy Mupeta, acknowledged the shortage of manpower in the Forestry Department and commended government for enacting the Forestry Act and the Community Forestry Management Regulation.
The department is also aware that we are not many. Like in Sioma, we've got 4 technical officers. So guest of honor, that's why government has put in place the Forest Act and also a community forest management regulation that empowers communities to benefit, to manage areas that they feel they can manage and put in their own conditions and benefit from those forests.
The Barossa Royal Establishment took the opportunity to remind the CFMGs to collaborate closely with the chiefdoms. The 85 honorary forestry officers that graduated in a space of 2 weeks are now equipped with the knowledge and skill to enable them to effectively execute their mandate. Ndopu Sendoi reporting.
We continue with agriculture news, and now we turn our focus to Southern Province, where authorities in the Ministry of Agriculture in the province are projecting a harvest of 220,300 metric tons of maize grain across Kalomo, Livingston and Kazungwala districts. The increase in yield is accredited to early input distribution under the Farmer Input Support Program, FISIP, and favorable rainfall. In Kalomo, Senior Agricultural Officer Oscar Makuyu says the district expects 155,000 metric tons from over 31,000 FISIP beneficiaries, adding that post-harvest loss training is underway to preserve the crop. Kazungwala district is projected to harvest 63,000 metric tons from 14,000 farmers. Officer Danny Silave warned farmers to avoid selling their produce or maize to unscrupulous maize buyers and instead benefit from the Food Reserve Agency FRA's 340 kwacha per 50 kg bag of maize. Meanwhile, Livingston expects to produce 2,300 metric tons from 800 beneficiaries with a 100% yield improvement compared to the previous season. One of the beneficiaries, Beauty Musanda, praised the government for delivering inputs on time and revealed she is expecting to harvest 200 bags of maize while also venturing into livestock and poultry farming. Lawrence Kabutu gives us details in this report.
Authorities in the Ministry of Agriculture in Southern Province have disclosed that 220,300 metric tons of maize grain is projected to be produced across 3 districts in the province. Senior agricultural officers in Kalomo, Livingstone and Kazungula noted that the increased yield this season is attributed to early input distribution by government and good rains, among others. Kalomo District Senior Agriculture Officer Oscar Makuyu says from the 31,000 FISIP beneficiaries, 155,000 metric tons of maize is anticipated to be produced in the district.
For maize crop, which is our staple food, we are able to go above 155,000 metric tons for the district, which is way better than we had anticipated.
Both Kazungula Senior Agriculture Officer Danis Lavwe and Livingstone Senior Agriculture Officer Tundu Kaonga had this to say.
From the preliminary investigation that we did, or the crop forecast that we did as the Department of Agriculture, we expect to have more than 63,000 metric tons.
This year, Livingstone in totality has recorded a production figure of 2,300 metric tons of maize, which is more than 100% of what we had produced last season.
Beauty Musanda is a FISIP beneficiary farmer in Livingstone.
This year, harvesting, harvest this year. Bagajita jakuhambana gambo yasiga by October. That's why chomugwene mapopwe ari bonya mubutala twagajita bumper harvest.
Reporting, Lawrence Kabutu in Livingstone, Southern Province.
Meanwhile, a total of 614 smallholder farmers in 4 districts of Southern Province have accessed loans worth over 52.9 million kwacha under the Sustainable Agricultural Financing Facility. The funds were provided through the crop production loan portfolio aimed at boosting productivity, promoting crop diversification, and strengthening food security. In Kazungula, Acting District Agricultural Officer Amon Mambalakata said 152 farmers received loans totaling to 17 million kwacha. Livingstone recorded 950,000 kwacha in disbursements, with 7 women and 12 men benefiting. The loans were issued through Indo-Zambia and NATSE banks, according to Senior Agricultural Officer Tundu Kaonga. In Zimba District, Agricultural Officer Duncan Nyurongo confirmed that 272 farmers accessed 17 million kwacha, while Kalomo District saw 171 beneficiaries receiving 23 million kwacha, as disclosed by Marketing Development Officer Kalinda.
Sustainable Agriculture Financing Facility under the crop production loan portfolio at a tune of 52,951,560 kwacha. Senior agriculture officers in Kalomo, Zimba, Kazungula, and Livingstone confirmed the development to the National Agriculture Information Services in separate interviews. Amon Mabalakata is Kazungula Acting District Agriculture Coordinator.
That cumulatively for the district, what was dispersed was 12 million, rather 744,000 kwacha to the 152 beneficiaries.
For the banks which participated here, we had the Indo-Zambia Bank, which accessed 74 farmers. NatSave also saved 74 farmers, and Zanaco saved 23 farmers. So the total amount of the loans accessed was 23,816 kwacha.
Both Livingstone Senior Agriculture Officer Tundu Kaonga and Zimba District Agriculture Coordinator Duncan Nirongo weighed in on the SAF program.
220,000 kwacha was for the women, and 730 kwacha was dispersed to the male farmers.
In Zimba District, 272 farmers accessed the SAF program under the crop production facility.
Caroline Nimlowa is a beneficiary farmer in Kazungula District.
ndiokuwanisa 170 bags njendede kuuzya mulu wa 340 then ndwakwawuzya mapopo ayo ndiojana 57,800.
Reporting, Lawrence Kabutio in Livingstone, Southern Province.
Well, on that food secure note, we end the bulletin, but before we go, let's recap on stories that made headlines. Zambia has thanked the government of the Republic of South Africa for support rendered after President Edgar Lungu's death. Government secures 40 million United States dollars solar boost for Eastern Province. Mongu priest raises concerns over proposed constitutional amendments. Sioma trains 85 honorary forest officers to boost forest protection. And over 52 million kwacha in crop loans dispersed to smallholder farmers in Southern Province. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bright Sinkozi, alongside George Kalimukwa on behalf of the entire studio production and technical team. From all of us, it's God bless and keep watching. Bye for now.